How you doing, guys? And today I wanted to show you one of the worst guns ever. This is overall, consensus through over the internet and everywhere. The worst gun ever is officially the Chauchat light machine gun. Every time the question comes up with most people, people aren't necessarily wrong, but what it is, there are two types of the light machine gun out there. You always see the standard M1915, which is distinctive half-moon magazine. The gun had a few early manufacturing problems, all were resolved by 1916. And actually, it was a good, decent gun, crippled by terrible magazines and a hellish combat zone. The gun didn't have a cover for the ejection port and was susceptible to mud and getting dirty. And it was very flimsy. Now, the gun itself wasn't too bad, but the real contender for the worst gun was the US M1918, redesigned for 30-06 cartridge. The development and production were rushed, and a large number of these guns went out the door with incorrectly sized chambers. They were cut slightly too short, which actually meant that the neck of the cartridge case was jammed too tightly into the end of the chamber. Upon firing the gun, the case would stick in the chamber and the rim ripped off by the extractor. The barrels also did not have extractor cuts in the barrel face, which didn't help anything. They functioned so poorly that they rarely ever made it into combat. They were normally exchanged out for the French 8mm guns before units went up to the front lines. That actually is the worst. The M1918 CSRG in 30-06 caliber was actually one of the worst guns that they ever made. And the springs weren't also very good and effective combat units. But thanks a lot for tuning in, and that's one of the worst guns ever made.